Hello, this is Cole Funderburg, and today I'm going to be doing a video summarizing Google Drive and some apps included in Google Drive, such as Google Docs, Google Sheets, Google Slides, Google Forms, and a cool app, Google Auto Draw. So, first you're going to need a Google account. Once you have a Google account, you'll type in google.com and they'll have this little graph at the top right corner. You click and you will select Drive. Okay, thank you to this interface. So today I'm just going to be doing a brief summarization of some of these apps, some useful things to know, not every single detail, because you could create an entire course on these apps. So first thing I'm going to start on is this left column. So if you are starting a new folder or a new document, you'll just click New, and that'll actually pull up every app associated with Google that you have installed. Here you can select a folder if you'd like, or just go ahead and start with a document, a sheet, or anything else. Alright, now your computer's here. That just means if you have any files in your hard drive, your computer, it will sync it to Drive, and you'll have all your files in one place. Your recent files are your files that you've created recently. That keeps it from most recent to latest, or you can filter through that like this, and it'll make the thumbnail version as opposed to a list, so you can actually see you can see the display of your documents. It might be easier to pinpoint what you were working on that way. So I'm just going to put this back to list mode. You also have Start. If you have some documents that are more important than others, you can sort of prioritize those by putting a star on the end of it. If you delete any files, those files will go to this folder here, and you can either empty the trash manually, or after 30 days it'll delete automatically. So that's the basics of Google Drive, pretty much. Well, let me include this search bar. This search bar is kind of important. So I'm going to type in a file I know, and it's way down. I made that in 2018, but if you type it in, click it, it'll actually show up on the search bar. So being that a useful feature of Google Drive is that you don't save documents or anything manually. It's just gonna save it automatically over Wi-Fi. But one issue with that is that if you don't name your documents, you might lose track of them. See, I have a lot of untitled documents. I actually just deleted all of them because I actually don't. My computer is running slow, but well, I guess I'm doing good. I'm naming all of them. Okay, so I'm gonna go over to this little graph area again, this little 3x3 grid, and I'm gonna click on. Right. So yeah, really different. Also, you can start a blank here. It'll start a blank page, or you can select from some of the formats that were created either by Google or by other users, and there's a ton to choose from, as you can see here. That's useful if you're maybe typing a paper for a research paper and you need an APA format, instead of going and messing with the margins and trying to get everything just right. You can just find a template for it already, a format that's already been created for you. And some of them have nice little themes, like this one here, and this one business letter here, so even a resume. So I'm going to go ahead and click a blank page, and it works just like Microsoft Word, Google Docs. If you're familiar with that at all, it's the same exact layout. Some things are so there's some things that are different, but not much. I've worked with Microsoft Word a lot, and Google are very similar. So I'll just start typing here. I'm going to put title. Now, if you want to make this title format and highlight over this, go over to this little drop box here and select title. And then if you need to center this little these options here, you'll select this one right here and it'll center it for you. Also, if you need to add a header or something, you'll just click the top, and you can click. A lot of headers require that you you align it to the right of the document. So you will click right align and last name. It's a little MLA format. I'll do something like that. If you want to make it maybe a different color or font, let's do something a little more extravagant. Do blue, and I'll make it. Let's do something crazy. Do like this. So those are some of the things you can do with Google Docs. Very straightforward, and don't forget to title your documents. Google Docs tutorial. No. And like I said, you don't save this. So if you go to File, it won't even give you the option to save it. It's gonna save it automatically over Wi-Fi. But if you would like to work on it, say without Wi-Fi, what you could do is click Make Available Offline, and real quickly you'll see it say Document Available Offline. So that's useful if you're using a study guide, you need to study for a test, and you know you're not going to have Wi-Fi, you're going from maybe in a car or driving from place to place, or if you're on a business trip and you need to write some sort of business form, and you know you won't have Wi-Fi on the plane, and you're short on time. Those are some useful ways you can use that. So that's the basics of Google Docs. Now I'm going to go back to this tab here and show you a little bit about Google Slides. So just like Google Docs is to Microsoft Word, Google Slides is similar to PowerPoint. So this time I'm actually going to click a template. You're starting to see a pattern here. Everything's set up the same way. All these apps are set up in the same sort of format, with your templates at the top, your most recent, recently used at the top. I actually deleted all of my previous documents, and to try to make my computer a little faster for the purposes of this video. So, but if I did have any, it would show up right here, recently used. So I'm going to do a general presentation. So if you're making up a class, per se, using Blaze, maybe. If not, it would be instructor will have to do something like Prezi, but I'm not going to be using either PowerPoint or Google Slides, so it's useful to get familiar with this. So, as you can see, the template's already set up with title slides and different headings. So I'm just going to type in Google Slides tutorial by Okay. So that works in these slides. You just highlight over it. If it was a blank, if it was a format, like if I didn't have a template already, like I just chose, and I needed to add a fresh slide, I would just click New Slide here. And being that it is in this format, it's going to show up the same way. It's a blank slide. So you can actually change your font size. Actually, yeah, I'll go with 12. Google Slides is very useful for functions in class. Okay, now let's say I want to see what this looks like, what the class is going to see when I actually present it. I'll actually go to View, Present, and I'm just going to hit the right arrow or the space bar, and it'll actually go through just like that. And that's it. You just hit Save. And if you want to maybe make cool transitions for your slides, you'll go down to this drop bar on slide, go over to transition. So I'm actually gonna apply a fade to all slides. Play, or I can use the same view, slide to press enter, view. So now when I click the arrow, you should see my transitions. Like that. You don't have to apply it all. You can make a different transition for each slide. I don't recommend that. It doesn't look very professional, but you know, every presentation is different. So that's a little bit about Google Slides. So I'm gonna go back to my same little Google Apps area. We're going to move on to Sheets. Now, Sheets is Microsoft Excel. Excel is, I'm actually going to click on something that I've made before. Alright, it's a little long, but it's really, if you won't be utilizing your entire Excel sheet, it's actually in the trash. You know, I'm just going to refresh. That's something that it would look like, just like Excel though. So start with a blank, and I'll just show you a simple little function you can use. Sorry, my computer's being. Alright, so let's make a list of fruits and these. So I'm gonna have, let's say you need 3. You know what? I changed my mind on veggies. I just want fruit. I'm gonna do something like 3 apples. I'll put oranges here and